Okay, so this is lesson 13, and it's about multiplication and the fact that multiplication is just repeated addition. It also includes adding and subtracting dollars and cents. So in the book, they give you a little picture, and they have a bunch of desks. Well, I didn't want to draw desks, so I put X's. And they give you 5 rows, and there are 6 in each row. So they gave you a couple different ways to count these, and I know you know this, but anyway. You can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way. That looks harder, doesn't it? We could use tally marks. That might be kind of handy. Another way is count one whole row and then count how many rows you have and then add those up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So I could do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So the number in each row and the number of rows, and add that amount. But the easiest way is just to multiply it, isn't it? So I know that 5 times 6 equals 30. So if I counted them, I'd get 30. If I did this, I'd get 30. And if I multiply it, I'm going to get the same thing. That stuff is easy. You know all that. But I want to remind you, I guess, that when you say 5 times 6, you are saying 5 groups of 6. So 6 times 5 means that there are 6 groups of 5 in each group. So you get the same answer, but it kind of matters how you write it. So think about that as of, that multiplication sign, 5 groups of 6 in each group, okay? It's not going to change your answer, but sometimes, especially when you're doing word problems, that part comes in really handy. Okay, example 1, they say you have 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, and they say put that in a multiplication problem. So I have 4 groups, and there are 7 in each group. 4 times 7. It's not 7 times 4, although you still get 28. So same idea. All right, example 2, they ask you to add money. So we're starting to change a little bit. And they give you $3.45, $6.23, and 50 cents. Oops, forgot my money sign. Okay, so the first thing you do is anytime you got a decimal in your problem, when you're adding, you line up the decimals. So I went ahead, before I even put my numbers in, I lined up my decimals. And I'm just going to put the money or the numbers on either side in the proper place. Keep all my numbers in a nice column. And that put 0 can go on the front. And then I can just add. So 8, carry the 1. Let's see, that makes 5 and 5. Remember, we're going to try to make multiples of 10. So 10 and 2, carry the 1. 4 and 6. So it's money. So I need to make. I'm going to go ahead and box my answer just to make it easy if Mrs. Snyder's grading. That way she can find my answer quickly. $4.50 minus $3.80. Again, I'm going to make sure to line up my decimals. You don't have to set it up ahead of time, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, 0 minus 0. Oh, can't do that. I have to borrow 1. So 15 minus 7, 70 cents. Yeah, there's my sideways answer. Or I'm writing sideways. Example 3, they gave me a 5, and it doesn't have any decimals. So remember that it can be a 5.00, $5 and no cents. And they gave me $8.75. And they gave me $10. Ooh, what do I do about that? Remember, I can add those zeros. That's same $10 and $10, same thing. And 35 cents. So add those, 0, carry the 1, 8 and 3. Ooh, 7 and 3. I'm going to do it this way because that makes 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay, and I've got a 10 and I've got a 6, so that's 16. 16 plus 8 is $24.10. You can change the order. We'll talk about that a little bit later. In this case, I might have done 15 together and $8.75 and 35 cents together and then added those. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe just keep them like that. Let's see, the next one, example 4. I'm gonna do the same idea. It's saying that $5, so remember I have to add my zeros in order to have this. When I'm doing decimals, I want to make sure I have the same number of digits in each problem, especially when I'm subtracting. So 5 from 0, can't, 0 minus 5, not happening. So I'm going to come over here, can't borrow from there, come over here. That turns into a 4. That 1 that I borrowed comes right here. I'm still not over here. So that turns into a 9, and that 1 I borrowed from this here, 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, 4 minus 3 is 1. That's $1.75. So that's how much she'll have left over after paying for her lunch. Pretty simple stuff. The only thing I kind of need you to remember is 5 times 6 is 5 groups of 6. So write them in the order that you're given if you're given a word problem. I think that's it.